Alright, welcome to another video, guys. This is Beidro's channel. Today, me, my little brother, we're gonna do a video on why you should get a canoe for summer. And so we own a Old Town ceramic for 14.6. That is 14.5 foot. Yeah, so we own this canoe for a season and a half now, and yeah, we're gonna give you guys our experience about this canoe. Alright, so the first part of why you should buy a canoe is the pros, and which I'm gonna discuss about the pros, and my little brother is going to discuss about the cons. And all these are just based on our experience. Alright, so some of you guys out there might have different experience, but these are just ours and our opinion. Okay, so for the pros, what we find out is when you fish on a canoe, it's cheap to get a canoe. So we bought our canoe used for like $350 bucks, and we got the canoe, we got life jackets, we got paddles, and 2 anchors. So it's like a package for $350. But then if you get just the Old Town ceramic brand new, it will be $600 right now approximately. So it's cheap. Alright, so second point of why you should get a canoe is the process of portable is easier. So what I mean by that is all you gotta do is just lift up your canoe and put it on top of your vehicle. It can be a car, a RAV4, a truck. So you just lift it up, put it on top of your vehicle, strap it up, you're good to go. In order to put it on top of your vehicle, to strap it up, you gotta have the crossbars, which is the bars on top of your car or your vehicle, to put the canoe on top so you can strap it. If not, the other way you can go around it is what people do is they put the foam on top of their vehicle, or you can just put the noodles on the side of your canoe, put it on top, and you can strap it up like that too. You don't need crossbars. Having a canoe is good because it uses less gas compared to big boats. So for example, I own a RAV4 Toyota, which is 4-cylinder, and putting a canoe on top of my RAV4 is way much better than having a giant boat on my RAV4. Yeah, my car is not as strong as like other trucks or other strong RAV4, but just a canoe on top of my RAV4, I save a lot of gas compared to towing a giant boat. Alright, moving on to the next point of the list. This is my favorite, why I want to buy a canoe. So the reason for that is because it takes up less space, and it's easy to storage. So for example, is my John boat literally take up the whole garage, but for my canoe it take up like a small space. And since I have the John boat in my garage now, I couldn't really fit my canoe in there, so now I just put my canoe on the side of my house. It's just right here. So whenever I want to go, I just take it out and go. So it's easy to storage, and it's easy, and it take up less space. So this part is pretty unique about having a canoe. So having a canoe, you can go to a really shallow water. What I mean by that is, for example, if I have a John boat, I can't really go to like shallow water because my trolling motor is gonna get stuck, or my trolling motor is gonna get jammed, or it's too loud for the water. And for the canoe, it's able to go shallow water because you can adjust the trolling motor pretty high, or you can just put the trolling motor all the way up and just paddle, and you will make less noise. So you make less noise, and you can go to shallow water. So that's the big part of having a canoe. Alright, so for this last point of the pros list is you don't need a boat ramp in order to launch your canoe. So my brother and I, we usually just look on the map of which lake we want to go to, and we just kind of look, alright, this point looks pretty good. then when we get to the lake, we just unload our canoe right there, and then just start fishing. Because if we load our canoe on the boat ramp, it's gonna take way too long to get to the point that we want to fish. So that's why it's really good to own a canoe, so you can just launch where you want to launch. But make sure they let you launch there too, because
Alright guys, so I'll be saying the rest of the part on behalf of Vangs, or Beidro as you guys know. So I'll be saying it from the cons. My first con that I don't really like about the canoe is it's a little bit unstable when you stand up. I'm not saying that you cannot stand up, which you can, but it's just a little bit like unstable compared to like a bigger boat or like a John boat. It's like for me on the John boat, I can stand up, set the hook as hard as I want to. For the canoe, you gotta have like a little bit of discipline when standing up, because it is unstable. So watch out for that. Alright, for number 2 is lack of space. When on the canoe, you won't be able to bring as much rods as you want to compared to as like a bigger boat. And second thing is you won't be able to bring as much tackle as you want to, saying as we're fishing from a canoe, which you usually carry a backpack, and you won't be able to put like all your backpack or all your tackle in here, so tackle is limited. And another thing is, if you're fishing all day on a canoe and you're sitting out all day and you won't have enough leg room, so which leads to like your bums being hurting or like your leg going numb and stuff. So that's the second thing that I don't like about the canoe. Okay, so the third thing is about the people, how much people can be on the canoe. For me and my brother personally, we used to do 3, but now we transitioned to 2 due to the fact that having 3 people, there's not a lot of space to throw your lures or having a casting. Like one example, there was with this one time where we was fishing and the wind, everything was just going bad, and then my brother threw he cast, and then it got tangled up in the person behind him. It was just a whole shit show. So I would say if you couldn't bring 3, but it's just a little bit crowded on there, so 2 is the way to go. Okay, so the number 4 thing is you can't stand against big waves and wind. So this is made out of like durable plastic, so it's not like a fiberglass or like an aluminum. It's gonna get blown by wind, and especially those big jet ski boats that the rich white people ride. they fuck you up sometimes because you're fishing and the wave just pushes you to the shore, and with like a 55-pound thrust trolling motor, it can only get you so far. And the wind can get really nasty too when like you're riding in 25 miles per hour wind gust, and the trolling motor can only do so much. Alright, so the last and final thing that I would say is transporting the canoe to the car and out the car. So what I mean by that is this is an 80-pound canoe, and when you're getting up early in the morning, 5 a.m. or like getting out late at night at 8 a.m. out of the docks, out of the ramp, this boat do get heavy if like you're super tired. So that is one thing. And another thing is you gotta take out the trolling motor, and you gotta take the adapter out of the trolling motor, take out all the straps and put it back on again, and vice versa when you're loading up the boat. That's one thing that I don't like about the canoe.